Hi, this is Jake Gibbs of Professional Choice. We've got Tana Poppino here right now, PRCA barrel racer, three-time NFR qualifier. And first of all, I really want to talk to you about this year. It's been a tough year, and it kind of lets people really see that from a year-to-year basis, this sport is forgiving, and then sometimes it's not very forgiving. So tell me what's been going on this year.
I have two horses that I run. A gray horse that I just got back off injury last year, and he tore a suspensory in May, and I didn't realize that until June, and I'd already entered all of the big rodeos throughout the summer, and so my old horse, which is 17, was having to take all the runs, and it was just too hard on him, and he got sore and hurt, and I just didn't win anything this summer. And I told somebody I got 4 checks this summer, and they were all $200 checks. So you can imagine how far that didn't even fill the diesel tank up once. So, I went home the 1st of August and hung out at home and did a lot of schools and lots of lessons and, bonded with my kid again and my hubby. He kind of forgets what I look like, I think, sometimes. So
Probably a good thing you get to see every once in a
yeah.
while. Well, the good news about rodeo being forgiving, though, is what's the next year looking like with Gray Horse?
Oh, awesome. I've run him now for about a month at Jackpots, and he's doing really good. We still have some tweaking, to get that, to the top of our game, but we'll go to Odessa, and we also have a little rodeo at Topeka that week and get some circuit points maybe, and then on to Denver and, Fort Worth, the whole gamut. Won't get to go to San Antone this year. This will be the first year I haven't got to go to San Antone forever, but
Is that your favorite rodeo?
no, actually, I like Denver because I've done good and I'm a Colorado girl. So, I grew up
It's right down the road.
dreaming about running at the stock show, and I was blessed enough to get to win it one year, and, that's just awesome. So
Kind of a dream, right?
yes, every little girl's dream is to win the big rodeo in your home state or hometown. So
Well, the cool thing about dreams, though, is you actually had a career way before rodeo, and you were just like the millions and millions out there, barrel racers, rodeoing on the weekends and stuff. Tell me how you made the decision to turn professional, and kind of walk us through that for a second.
okay, I have rodeoed since I was a little bitty kid, and I this is the best of the best. When you're a pro, you gotta be. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, so I had to have a horse that I could win on, and God gave me an awesome horse when he was 4, and took him around the barrels one night after we were roping, and I was like, wow. I had a friend tell me one time, she says, when you find a winner, you'll know it. And I said, how do you know? And she says, if you ride enough horses, you'll know. And I knew that night. And I had one barrel set up, and I took him around it, and I was like, this is it. This is the horse, And so I spent a year training him, and then a year hauling him, giving him some experience. And then my husband said, I think maybe you need to enter the building rodeos and just see how it goes. And went to Denver that year and made not a very good run the first run. Was a little tight and embarrassed, and so I really got focused and come back the next round and won that round and got to come back for the short round. And then it was like it qualified me for Houston, and we just kind of kept going. And I didn't make the finals that year, but I hit a barrel at Dallas in the short round to come here, but we were close, and that just fired the dream just that much more. But it was because my family said, yes, this is our dream too, and we're behind you, because I couldn't do it without them.
And they're still pushing. Every time you're on the road, it's getting a little bit tired. You call home, and you're ready to come home. What are they telling you?
You got to stay on the road so we can go to Vegas.
Well, you've had a great relationship. We've had a great one together with Professional's Choice.
Yes.
And tell us why you stick with Professional's Choice.
Oh, you guys are a great bunch of people, and you make good products. The sports boots, they protect our horses. And the new pads that's come out, the contour pads are
With the felt
awesome.
bottom.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I've been pushing those at the clinics. I'm like, look, they're already broke in. They fit when you put them on the horse. So they're awesome. And, just a great company.
We are a firm believer that the more comfortable your horse, the better the performance. So we're hoping that you make it all the way through this year, no injuries, using professional choice products, and I want to see you here next year in this interview.
Next year. This interview with a back number for real next year. So.
Oh yeah.